Welcome, everyone, to Lane Stadium, birthplace of Beamer Ball, where they will touch the Hokie Stone and come alive for Virginia Tech. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. Fair catch, called for and made. First down, here comes this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Breaks the tackle. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try it over the left side. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They'll go right back to him. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
So that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Absolute shank. Missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Many times the Hokies have had a dynamic threat running the ball at quarterback, but you got to be efficient like this in the passing game.
No doubt, and you got to have some balance on offense. You got to be able to make those plays down the field in the passing game to make you honor it, get some guys out of the box so it's not just running quarterback all the time.
The run from the shotgun. Discards a man. And the ball's out and they're after it. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. The decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Going over the top. Fires and picked off. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
This offense has a second down play. Gets it out quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
That is exactly what you want from your quarterback. Hanging in there, letting the route develop, throwing the football down the field while you're getting hit, and the receiver does the rest and runs into the end zone for the touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wolf. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
From midfield, looking for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
At the 20, he's got space. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wide out in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
That's the end of the 7. Virginia Tech 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. another look at this Hokie offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Off play action. They're trying to get to it. On the move to his left. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
That's an interesting call, going play action on 3rd and long, because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field. You saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Pitt pushing the pace.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Turns it on in midfield. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Pitt. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Got his man.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Right, and I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
Looking to the big tight end. And the timing just a hair off.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Oh, he makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He wants to throw it again. He looks that one in nicely. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. The Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback checking the play. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
Unloads quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Hokies are in the hurry up. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
On third down, he drops to throw. It's caught downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his 3rd receiving touchdown. They've only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point in the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to...
Looking for a deep man. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Hand off from the shotgun. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. They feed him again. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
He's at now. At the 30. Burns up, 4th down.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Pitt will have to boot this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Hokies will line up to kick off and start the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll try the left side. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes. I was playing quarterback, I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes, some running back before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Louisville. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. After giving up that score, oh, it's out! The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
The Panthers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense, it's the special teams. But when they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance, it's when they have their best teams.
He's got his man. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to the air one more time. It's caught. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The Hokies getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quick strike complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now on 1st down from the 30.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score intended, 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. On that play-action fake, the action was the quarterback got clobbered after he faked the handoff.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work. The fake is supposed to be the most important part of that, to try to get the guys to suck up just for a second, but you could tell the offensive line, they weren't able to hold their blocks. Defense got to him and got the sack.
The give to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Panthers! And the pummeling has started. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the point after is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 2nd down, looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. They keep attacking through the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
From the gun, into the end zone, and it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That really wasn't his best throw. I tell you what, you got to choose when you're going to zip it in there and sometimes put some air underneath it. He chose the wrong one, put a little too much air underneath it. Defensive player makes the nice pick.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Quarterback checking off. He'll set up to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Terrier.
Looking to move it through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the back. Shakes off the tackler. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokies!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. West Virginia sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Morgantown. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And the route is on. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
14.
Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Wants to fire on second down. He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Going up top on first down. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Virginia Tech.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Luck. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit him right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team.